no matter what challenges may come our way. During this summit, you'll discover how to create a bulletproof financial plan that can potentially withstand the death of the dollar and possibly even thrive in the face of an economic collapse. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free event. Again, 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
WIKG, Mercersburg, Chambersburg, Greencastle, 92.1 The GOAT, the Tri-State's home for sports and news. Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katie.
Let's talk Tri-State.
Welcome to Monday's edition of Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katie, and it's all powered by Home Right Windows and Doors, the right choice, voted Best of the Tri-State 2024. What a wonderful, magical weekend we had in our small towns here. Christmas parade and tree lighting in Greencastle and also in Waynesboro. Mm-hmm. And thanks to everybody who came out on Friday for the tree.
Thanks.
Thanks for giving your time.
Well, we have thanks to be giving. For everyone showing up and giving of their time. Mm-hmm. And we had a lot of people who were giving thanks for us for doing the parade.
Yes, absolutely. But the tree lighting was great on Friday. I was really surprised because it was the weather was miserable.
Oh, Lord.
And I really thought it was going to taper off by 7 o'clock, but I felt like it just kept coming down harder the closer we got to the lighting of the tree.
I never should have opened my mouth because when I went to do you did Greencastle, I did Waynesboro, and when I saw the weather forecast, like you, it said, rain tapering off around 7 o'clock. So that's what I told Bill Kohler, who's been one of our guests here on Let's Talk Tri-State the past couple of weeks. When I got there, I said, Bill, it looks like we're in the clear as of 7 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Well, what I should have said was, hey, Bill, at 7 o'clock, it's really going to ramp up.
You should have said we are anything but in the clear at 7, because, I mean, it was pouring.
Yeah, it was bad.
Pouring down rain. But it didn't stop everybody from coming out and singing the carols and having a great time. But I will say, the second that tree was lit, boom, everybody scattered.
Adios. Speaking of that, when I got there to Waynesboro, Bill was saying to me, he said, well, Tiny, he said, usually the square's a lot more packed in with people. It was about 6:15. And I said, well, Bill, by the time 7 o'clock rolls around, which is when they light the tree, I said, you'll see, this will pack in here. And then as soon as it's lit, though, buddy, they're gone. And that's exactly what happened.
And then Saturday we have the parade, which was great in Greencastle. It's just, I love that parade. I really do. I genuinely enjoy that parade. It's always well attended. People are in good spirits, obviously.
Spirits,
and we were streaming it online, 921 The GOAT, on our Facebook page. And it was really wonderful. Then we all went out to eat afterwards. And it was just a nice little, magical little Christmas weekend.
Yeah, I hear you miss the eating out of breakfast every year that they do.
Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because Tiny and I, this is how good of a friend I am, I knew that as soon as the parade was over, everybody goes, Verstanding Media puts on the parade, and so as a thank you, they buy us breakfast.
It's like a tradition. The company will take care of breakfast for everybody where we gather for breakfast, and then everybody goes about their day.
And we went to Runways again, which the food is great. I love that place, and we put our orders in ahead of time, so that way it's ready to go when we get there. But I knew that as soon as the parade was over, everybody was going to go down there relatively quickly. Well, when the parade was over from our end, there was all that equipment that needed to come down. And I didn't want to leave you by yourself to take down that equipment. So we took down the equipment, and then I had to take the van back here, and it took me to the radio station, and it took me a minute to find a ride back to my car then, and by the time I got back to my car, everybody was done eating.
Well, it took me forever to get... See, typically, you got back here quicker.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to you.
Well, so typically I pull off the square and I go around the back way and come out right around where B Street, the old Antrim House restaurant is. And that just was not the quick way this year. It turns out the quick way was how you did,
going on Baltimore.
Pull the UE on the square and head back our way because we're right off 16. But it took me a good 20 minutes to get back just to the station.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to you. I thought you went home, maybe stopped for something. And
no, during that's why I never go to the breakfast. Is because, especially this year, the parade in Greencastle was far larger than it has been in years past. So I typically come back here, unload what I don't need for the Waynesboro parade, and then head down there to set up just because that town, becomes a mess the hour before. So between like 12:30 and 2 o'clock, forget it. So I'm rarely ever get to do the breakfast. So now you really felt like what it's like to be me.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that nice of me? I stuck around to help you.
Yes, it was.
And luckily, one of our fabulous coworkers who lives in Greencastle brought my food to go and and brought it to my door so I could still enjoy it later.
I mean, I have all this stuff to do here at the radio station, unloading and this and that. And meanwhile, Katie's like, so honey, can you take me back to my house? I want to go to breakfast.
I didn't want to be rude, but I kept thinking like
I really want to go to breakfast.
How many minutes until we can get out of here? Because I really want to go to the breakfast. But the breakfast came to me.
Thankfully, Andy, Coach's Corner Andy, was willing to give you a ride down to your house.
Everything was fine, and we had a wonderful afternoon. Today we were looking at sunny skies, high 58. Tonight some showers, low 47, and then sunshine again tomorrow. It's kind of like a copy and paste, high 56. We are looking at 3 days of Thanksgiving. It is coming up very quickly. I can't believe I completely forgot when I woke up this morning that this was Thanksgiving week, and we have a shorter week that we're not here. I completely forgot about that.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. Does anyone else deal with this? Because we certainly do. We can't take days off like a normal person does.
There's so much prep that goes into it.
Exactly. It's almost like this week becomes far more stressful when in reality it should be, Thursday and Friday off, but in reality, it's like, wow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday just got a whole lot busier.
It was the same in education. Teachers understand that if you want to take a few days off, you have to do, unless the whole school obviously is shut down, that's different, but the sub-plans, it's just not worth it. It's just easier to go in.
And I think, I've told you before, but I am glad that Thanksgiving and that whole weekend is the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, because I would much rather work a day off than from one.
Oh, sure.
So if it was Monday and Tuesday off, I hate shorter weeks on the front end of the week.
It is really difficult to acclimate and come back to work. And we are 30 days out to Christmas. Wow. What percentage do you think you're done with your Christmas shopping?
Oh, maybe 10.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. But I don't mind that. I just delivered that as if it was some stressful thing. I don't like doing the Christmas shopping early. I have to be in the spirit of it. And that hasn't quite slapped me on the butt just yet.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
I've gotten a few gifts, like he doesn't watch or listen, so I can say this. And it seems like I do this every year for Mary's brother. I always see things that they're not necessarily expensive or rare, but they just, whatever reason, speak Billy to me.
Absolutely, and those are the gifts you should be getting. Yes.
And this year it was coming up on the end of summer, and for whatever reason, Walmart, I don't know why they just think the sun only shines in the summertime, but whatever. They had all of their sun visors for your car, and he loves taking care of his car, his vehicle, just like I do, or used to, I should say. And he loves Star Wars. So long and short of it is they had these really nice Star Wars foil shades. So they were on clearance for like $5.
Nice.
And I thought, well, this is great. Reagan will love to give this to him because she knows he loves his cars and his Jeep and all this. So there was that, and then a little Yoda frying pan that you could make like a pancake, just little trinket things like that. But other than that, no gifts. I don't even know what Mary wants.
That stresses me out.
Certainly don't know what you want. I mean, I know you want $1,000.
I mean, I can tell you. That's not a problem.
I'm not going to get you
I want a walking pad, and I want a fire blanket, and I want this moisturizing cream, but that's expensive. It's like $100. But I'm happy
So is the walking pad that you want.
But if you go on Marketplace, you can get them for like $75.
Well, yeah.
So something to think about. Because we sit so much, I really feel like we need to be up walking more. You and I, when we're in the studio doing our radio program, we need to be walking.
I do a good bit of walking while we're on the air.
I think so as well.
Walking up and down the hallway.
Yeah, I think so too. But in case you need a list, I have it ready to go for you. It was 157 years ago that Alfred Nobel patented dynamite. The invention made him so rich that he will establish a $9 million fund for the Nobel Prizes.
Isn't it interesting that the Nobel Prize, now there are several Nobel Prizes, there's all different categories for it. But the one I think most people will think of is the Nobel Peace Prize.
Sure.
Right? Isn't it interesting that the Nobel Peace Prize was named after the man who invented dynamite?
Right. That I didn't even put that together. That's a very interesting point. 37 years ago in 87, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was released. Movie I've never actually seen in its entirety. My mom would play it in the background right around Thanksgiving, but I never really watched it.
One that I think probably you'd be more, you'd like a little more now. When you were a kid and I was a kid, that movie kind of like, but now I think for you, it might just be a little.
Catch a few
not
of those.
as bad.
Well, 26 years ago, A Bug's Life was released, and that is a movie. It's one of my favorite it's not Disney. I think it's Pixar.
Pixar, yeah.
It's one of my favorite animated movies. And when I was a teacher, that was the movie I would always show to the kids. They'd never seen it. They weren't really interested in it.
Yeah.
But as soon as they would see it, they had so much appreciation for that movie.
I had no idea 26 years ago.
I love it. It's the cutest.
Wow.
I think that's the cutest animated movie.
I can't believe I was still in school when that came out. I would have said, well, whatever.
Time
flies.
Yeah, it really
Man.
does. It's National Play with Dad Day. And so this day is dedicated to encouraging dads to be active in their children's lives, spend the day doing activities that their kids really like. I thought that was cool. I'd never heard of that one before.
I love it.
And it's also National Parfait Day. There's not a ton of, I couldn't find a lot of facts about parfaits in general, but I did find some interesting things about dessert. The frozen hot chocolate ice cream sundae is the most expensive dessert at $25,000. Not entirely sure if that's at Serendipity in New York or if that's another location or another establishment.
But it's only that expensive because they put gold flecks on it.
Absolutely, but $25,000?
Because of the gold.
$25,000.
It means nothing. It's not like they're harvesting the chocolate from some, rare animals in between their teeth in some foreign region of the world that's let to be explored. It doesn't matter.
I just don't know if there's any item that would fall in the food category that I would think appropriate at $25,000. That's just insanity.
No.
According to NASA, ice cream is the most missed item by astronauts when they're in space. I can understand that.
I'm surprised they don't have a way that can they not put a freezer and you know what I mean?
I don't
or an
know.
ice cream maker?
I'm sure though, even if you made some kind of, what are those packs that the freeze-dried
food, yeah.
Even if you did that, it's just not going to taste remotely.
No.
Ice cream is such a decadent.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I don't know how you would get that into space.
How do you freeze it? Just put your hand out the window.
There's a machine at Beverly Hills that dispenses cupcakes, and ice cream testers, they use gold spoons to taste the dessert for 100% original taste. Armenia's grand...
You use a gold spoon if you eat that serendipity
There
thing.
you go. It's perfect. You already have one right there for you. Armenia's Grand Candy Company holds the record for making the world's biggest chocolate bar, weighing 9,702 pounds. But, what do you do with it when you're done?
That's certainly not... You couldn't call that the fast break.
Seriously, what would you do with something that, put it out to the community, everybody has a little bit, but then there's going to be all this left over? I don't know.
Yeah.
Almost 10,000 pounds, that's a little
I think
wild.
that needs to be divvied out into America, because it's like America, you're not yourself when you're hungry.
Yes,
So
that's right.
get a Snickers.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the good word of the day.
Hey everybody, I'm Laura Kincaid, pastor at Messiah United Methodist Church in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. And this week in church, we talked about Jonah. You know Jonah, that prophet that got swallowed by a giant fish. I call him Judgy Jonah because, most people run away from God because they did something wrong, but Jonah ran away from God because he thought God was wrong. That's right. God asked Jonah to go and preach to the people of Nineveh. And Jonah didn't want to because the people of Nineveh were his enemies, the enemies of him and his people. And he knew that God was giving them a chance to repent and be saved because God is kind and merciful and compassionate. And just Jonah did not want that for his enemies, right? And so this is really good for us to hear right now. I mean, in our world right now, our public discourse has gotten so ugly, so us against them. I mean, no one wants to show mercy to their enemies. They just trash talk them on the internet in front of the whole world. But really, we need to move past that if we're ever going to have true healing and true peace in our world. The book of Jonah really answers this question, whose side is God on? The book of Jonah shows us that God doesn't play our us against them games. God doesn't judge people by their labels, Jew, Christian, pagan. No, God judges us by the truth of what's really in our hearts. When we are confronted with our sin, will we humbly repent and turn to God for forgiveness? Or will we stubbornly insist on doing things our own way? Will we continue to trash talk our quote-unquote enemies? Or will we repent and recognize that we are all created and loved by God so much that he gave his life for us on the cross. May we all be humble and repentant as we think about God and how he just doesn't play favorites. And if you'd like to know more about the Bible and how relevant it is to what's going on in our world today, well, come join us on Sunday. Messiah United Methodist Church is at 30 South Penn Street in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, and our service is at 9 a.m. And you can also find us on Facebook and YouTube. And wherever you are, whatever you're going through, please know that you are precious to God and you are precious to us here at Messiah United Methodist Church. So take care and God bless.
Drive-up Thanksgiving meals will be available on Thursday. The pickup is between 10 a.m. and noon. You have to call to reserve a meal. And this is at the Greencastle Presbyterian Church, 57 West Baltimore Street in Greencastle. It is a free dinner. We did report on this last week, but I think we're going to spend the next couple days just reiterating these. Yep. Drive-up style, single serve, ready-to-eat meals. The pickup, again, 10 a.m. to noon. If you would like to reserve a meal, you just need to call 717-597-8333, extension 3. And we're going to keep going with more dinner celebrations on Thursday in West Virginia in Martinsburg from 11 until 3 p.m. at the Moose Lodge. That's on Woodbury Avenue in Martinsburg. There is a dinner hosted by Harvest Lighthouse Ministries. All are invited. Free dinner, DJ, free transportation. This is the part I really like, by the Eastern Panhandle Transit Authority. They will pick up at the Harvest Lighthouse Ministry. That's in Martinsburg as well. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. And also they are accepting donations of clothing to anyone in need. If you would like more information, you can send an email to harvestlighthouse@gmail.com. Both of those events are on Thursday, Pennsylvania, and then also West Virginia.
We already talked about this at the beginning of Let's Talk Tri-State at noon. However, as if there were any doubt, the holiday season opened up over the weekend with Hagerstown's 34th annual Kris Kringle Holiday Craft Show, featuring more than 200 vendors. Santa was on hand as well, as Hagerstown, Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Chambersburg lit their community trees, and parades were held in Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Chambersburg as well.
Very nice. Yeah. Yes, you got to love all the Christmas and holiday different events. Just really put you in the season.
Now the stress can sink in.
That's right. Let's go ahead and take a look at sports, something that's not stressful with Andy, and it's all powered by the DRB Group, the right choice for your real estate development.
In NBA action last night, the Boston Celtics got a win over the Minnesota Timberwolves 107-105. The Indiana Pacers knocked out the Wizards 115-103. The Miami Heat beat the Dallas Mavericks 123-118. The Los Angeles Clippers beat the Philadelphia 76ers 125-99. And the Cleveland Cavaliers got a victory over the Raptors 122-108, while the Sacramento Kings fell to the Brooklyn Nets 108-103. The Minnesota Vikings got a victory over the Bears on Sunday 30-27, while the Lions beat the Colts 24-6. The Dolphins beat the Patriots 34-15, and the Buccaneers got a win over the New York Giants 30-7. The Dallas Cowboys took down the Washington Commanders 34-26. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Carolina Panthers 30-27. The Titans got a victory over the Texans 32-27. The Broncos beat the Raiders 29-19. The Packers beat the 49ers 38-10. The Seahawks got a win over the Cardinals 16-6. And for Sunday Night Football, Saquon Barkley showing off. 255 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, over 300 all-purpose yards earned for Saquon Barkley and the Eagles as they beat the Rams 37-20. Coming up tonight in Monday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens take on the Los Angeles Chargers in an exciting matchup.
If you'd like to be featured on the Coach's Corner with Andy, email coach at 921thegoat.com.
The JR Sport Brief on the Infinity Sports Network.
Am I going to favor them to win the championship this year? The answer is no. That'll be the greatest miracle because this is the New York Jets. And unfortunately, what's most likely is that one day Aaron Rodgers packs his bags and says, I want to leave. The New York Jets don't have a coach, and the New York Jets are going to have to start from scratch and suck for many more years because another Green Bay Packers experiment quarterback screwed him. This is JR of the JR Sport Brief on 92.1 The GOAT.
Hey, it's Cody from Bell Jewelers. Our Black Friday promotion is here with amazing savings throughout the store and exclusive gifts. Spend $9.99 or more and receive a free $200 Bell Jewelers gift card. Or with a purchase of $29.99 or more, take home a 1.30 carat loose round lab diamond. Plus, be one of the first 10 customers on Wednesday or the first 20 on Friday to get a free swag bag. We're open Wednesday from 10 to 6, Black Friday 9 to 6, and Small Business Saturday 10 to 5. Check out our Facebook for our digital catalog with even more specials. Bell Jewelers on Northern Avenue, Chambersburg, your diamond destination.
Meritus Medical Center has been earning straight A's. Hi, this is Carrie Adams, Meritus Chief Operating Officer. I am proud to announce that Meritus Medical Center has earned its 4th straight A in Leapfrog Safety Grade. Only 30% of hospitals across the country received an A. Our team members are the ones responsible. So join me in thanking them for all they do to keep our patients safe, and thank you for choosing Meritus Medical Center.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Discover premier living in Martinsburg. Imagine waking up to a stunning western mountain view in a DRB Homes community rich with top-tier amenities for unparalleled comfort and elegance. Change your address to Martinsburg Station Townhomes. Low maintenance, quality crafted DRB homes in a stunning setting in the city's latest planned community, Martinsburg Station Townhomes. Stop searching. Start enjoying life in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Visit drbhomes.com and discover the legacy of DRB Homes.
Are you looking for increased sales and profits for your business? Verstantic Media can help. But don't just take our word for it.
Negley's Water has a long-standing relationship with Verstanding Media. Their coverage map flows right into our customer base. We couldn't be happier with the amount of brand awareness and potential customer education that Verstanding Media provides. If you want advertisement that supports growth, Verstanding Media is it.
If you want a full-service marketing team working for you, visit 921thegoat.com/marketing today.
Celebrate the season in Williamsport, Maryland. The fun begins Friday, December 6th with the Christmas parade through town, followed by the lighting of Byron Memorial Park's Christmas display. Then Saturday, December 7th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., join the second annual Cocoa Crawl. Spend $25 at a downtown business for your free 2024 Christmas mug. Then try the many hot chocolate varieties at participating businesses. Supplies are limited. Celebrate the season in Williamsport, Maryland.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice winner in the 2024 Best of the Tri-State Awards.
Back again to give us the lay of the land and everything that's going on in downtown Mercersburg, we have Kendra Thompson, who is the director of the Tuscarora Area Chamber of Commerce. What, you haven't done your tree lighting just yet.
No, not yet.
What's going on?
You mean not like everybody else did, apparently?
Everybody does it early. We don't. Mm-hmm. No, we wait. It's not till Saturday, the 30th. Yeah.
Okay. And what can we expect for the tree lighting?
So the evening of, what we've got planned is, of course, I don't know if you're familiar with the square there, but we have the tree right in front of M&T Bank. It's usually a pretty big tree. It's really nice. But we kind of kick everything off with Santa and Mrs. Claus coming in on the fire truck. And then Santa lights the tree with the kids. And then we'll sit in the chair and have pictures. This year we're mixing it up just a little bit, though. We're going to have Mrs. Claus on the carriage rides with us. I do have Benchfield Farms is going to have a 2-horse carriage that sits about 10 to 12 people per ride or whatever you want to call it. And I said, could you sit on the carriage and just kind of talk to the kids about Christmas and what they want to do and what they're going to, what they ask Santa Claus for Christmas and things like that. So she's going to do that. And then I also have the actual tree lighting at 6:30. So we have a little bit of a half-hour, window in there. Then after the tree lighting itself, then we have a lot of vendors that are coming in to do, which is really sweet, a lot of free products that they're going to be doing, like gingerbread, wassail, hot cider. We'll have spiked hot cider, or not spiked, I'm sorry, hot chocolate, spiked hot chocolate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's going to be really
Well, you
good.
can expect somebody to show up.
And
I know.
this is all Saturday?
It's all Saturday.
It's a big day for you guys.
It is. I mean, it's only 2 hours long. It's from 6 to 8. So we're packing a lot in for just a couple hours.
And does Mercersburg do a parade?
We don't, no.
Okay.
We have our Halloween parade every year.
That's a big deal.
That's a big one.
I do remember that.
But we don't do a Christmas parade now. No, but we've got all kinds of stuff lined up and hoping to have a big crowd. So.
Where'd your tree come from this year?
You know, that is a really good question because I didn't handle the tree this year. Our mayor did.
Okay.
So he kind of took the bull by the horns on that one and got the tree.
Took the tree by the branches.
And went right with it. Yeah. And it's actually being put up today.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I passed the square on the way here, and the lift and everything's there. It's not present yet. I assume it will be by the time I get back to the office.
Now, does Mercersburg do center of the square, right in the center?
I wish we could, but no. I
Same
mean,
in
16.
Waynesboro.
16's right there, and you can't close it off or do anything. I wish it was kind of like a roundabout. It used to be a long time ago.
Yeah, they only one around here. Well, Chambersburg still has theirs, and so does Greencastle. But Waynesboro and Mercersburg both have to. Well, I guess you do. I don't know, but Waynesboro puts it off in the corner of the square.
That's what we have to do. Yeah, we do.
It's nice, but it's still not the same as just seeing it sit right in the center of the town.
I know. Yeah. I really wish we could do that again, but I think the streets are just too narrow.
The carriage rides that you talked about, is that only being offered on the 30th, or are there other days they'll be doing that too?
No, it's only on the 30th.
Okay.
And it's a new vendor that we're using this year. And I mean, the tree lighting ceremony has been going on for a really long time. I'd say 20, 30 years. And don't ask me exactly when, because I don't know. But there were some years they didn't do the carriage rides, and I really wanted to bring that back this year. And so I'm really excited about it because it always went over really, really well. And it's free. We're not charging to be on the carriage rides. It's something that we are putting out for the community. It's a community event that we're doing. So
I love how each of these communities, these neighboring communities, do something a little different with their ceremonies, but each one has something so magical, just a really magical touch to it. I was at the Greencastle tree lighting on Friday, and they hand out bells, and everybody sings carols, and then the tree lights, which is really nice, but the weather was terrible. It was pouring on Friday.
I thought it was raining, and it's rain or shine, of course, so
We're going to light it no matter what.
Yeah.
Hopefully you
They show up for that and then disperse when it's lit.
Yeah. And I mean, that's really one of the things we're trying to avoid is everyone just showing up, the tree lights, and then they go home.
Right.
We're trying to get everyone to kind of hang out a little bit. And I mean, we're going to have Christmas music and, with the different vendors there handing out different products and goodies, I figure, they might hang out for a little while.
What does Mercersburg do for New Year's?
Well, nothing actually. We were tinkering with the idea of doing some sort of a drop. And it didn't quite transpire. It was going to happen this year. It didn't quite transpire. But when I was here the last time, I think I told you guys that something was in the works for the next holiday for December 2025. And I couldn't really say what it was yet. But you can today. I can today.
Yay!
Okay. Yes, I can today. So we're planning to do a Christmas festival in Mercersburg, kind of what do you call it? I can never pronounce this. Christkindlmarkt?
A Christkindlmarkt, yep.
I did say it right? Okay, good. Something similar to that is what we're looking to do. And the Chamber's partnering up with the Lions Club in Mercersburg, and we're going to have the festival in the Lions Club. So right now we're just kind of working out the concept of it and all the schematics and all that good stuff. But ideally what I'm envisioning is, folks come in and we'll have an area where all the vendors are there with specific gift-related ideas that you can purchase. Then we'll have a kids zone where they can write letters to Santa. They can actually do a little bit of shopping with Santa's elves, if they want to buy some gifts for family or friends.
Oh, that's really cute.
Pictures with Santa as well. Candy Cane Lane, we were planning to have food vendors there along with the picnic tables. Everything's covered in case it rains, I mean, this is our concept that we've got so far. Of course, entertainment, we'll have a stage there. And then we're going to kind of mix it up a little bit with a beer garden.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have specified vendors that are serving spirits, wine, and beer. you would have to get a bracelet to be able to go into the beer garden section of it. But because we used to do a wine and beer festival, and we stopped doing that, and I said, let's do a hybrid approach, but make something a little more inclusive that people could really enjoy. And I think a lot of people love going to, I do anyway.
Oh,
I'm just
sure.
assuming, Christmassy related
Absolutely.
things. And I know some of our board were like, I want to do a Christmas market, but I can't find any place close by. You have to, go a little further north up near Harrisburg, and and so I said, let's do that. So it's still in the baby stages. We don't have everything worked out, but I'm really excited that we're going to do it.
I love that idea too, because I think it's, for me personally, when I'm giving gifts to people, I want it to be something that's unique and different. And I love doing something that's unique to the area.
Yes.
And letting people kind of experience my town for Christmas through the coffee or the different kinds of desserts or whatever you have. So I think that those Christmas markets are really amazing and a really great way to showcase everything that you have in these wonderful small little towns around here.
This year, Katie said that she wanted to do something different and unique for Christmas gifts to people. So she said that each of them are going to be over a $10 value this year.
Oh,
so I thought that is unique for her. Yeah.
Well, that is. I mean, listen, the funds are tight this year. I'm not going to lie. The funds are very tight.
Hey, you get what you get. You don't throw a fit, right?
No, you know what? Okay. Should we tell the story?
Yes, we shall.
Okay.
May I?
Yeah.
So Tiny is an incredible gift giver, and he doesn't hold back on if he thinks that I'm going to love this, price tag doesn't necessarily matter.
Or if you're going to, or need.
Right.
In one case, it was need.
Yes. So one year for Christmas, Tiny went and got me a full-on sound system for my entertainment unit. So it was sound bar, subwoofer, and it was in this enormous box, right? And it was so big that I don't even think you had it inside. I think I had to go outside and get it from the garage because it was so big.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So Tiny gets me this enormous sound system for my entertainment center. Now it's my turn to give Tiny my present. I got him 2 bottles of creamer. Was it 2?
It was 1 bottle of creamer.
1 bottle of creamer.
And a 6-pack of
cherry wine.
Cheer wine, that's right. Yes,
cheer wine, yeah, and like a pack of gum.
Mm-hmm.
But those are his favorite things.
They are.
They are. But I wanted to die when I'm opening this. And then you also got me those earbuds, those wireless earbuds.
That was the following year.
Okay, yeah. It was really embarrassing.
Well, was the creamer flavored or just regular old?
It actually wasn't even.
Did she think it through a little bit?
So it was French vanilla, but it wasn't sugar-free.
Oh, gosh, okay.
So there was that. You can't win them all, I look at. And it was the following year, she said, Tiny, no gifts.
Okay.
We're not doing any gifts. And I can't do that because, again, if there's something that I see, and we were doing, at the time, we had just launched a podcast, and we were only able to do it remotely. So she was doing it from her place in Winchester. I was in Waynesboro. So she was having such a hard time finding, A, headphones that would work, but B, if she couldn't have the headphones, not getting too technical here, but you've seen certain Zoom calls, video calls, where one person is not wearing headphones, and there's constant feedback.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what was happening on her videos. So I saw this very nice set of earbuds. I thought, that's perfect. I told Mary, and it was 2 for whatever price. So I said, we'll get 1 for this person. I said, and Katie, we'll give her the other pair. So I said, gee, I thought you said Katie wasn't doing gifts. She's fine. She needs these. It's great. And she was big into running at the time. So serving all a bunch of purposes, yeah?
Okay.
So she shows up that year. I hand it to her, and she felt better because it was just a smaller box. She's like, "Oh, is it Tiny? I said no gifts, And she opens it up, and it's these really nice noise-canceling, earbuds, which was not meant to make her feel bad at all. It was meant to make her feel good. And she's like, "What am I supposed to do?" It's to help with the podcast, Katie. Don't worry. I didn't get you anything.
No, I think I got you a book that year where it was find the
yes,
dog,
it was,
find your dog. Yeah.
A customized book. With our dog's name and where's Reese and all that.
Yeah.
So that was very nice, yes.
Well, that's good. I mean, at least she wasn't empty-handed with everything.
And you know what? Earmuff it for a second. I think I killed it when it's Christmas present this year.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so you're good.
Good.
So I think I redeemed, and we'll have to give you an update on that.
I know. When I come back, you have to let me know what it was. I'm in suspense now.
But before we get to Christmas and talk of your Christmas, what about Thanksgiving? How are you celebrating this year? What's Thursday look like for you?
Thursday, I'm doing nothing.
Nice.
Yeah.
So someone else is doing the cooking?
Well, no. So what actually happened was I usually do Christmas, and my sister does Thanksgiving. But My nephew, her son, it's one of those things where we get him at like every other year. Like one year we get him Thanksgiving, next year we get him Christmas, et cetera, et cetera. So this year we get him for Thanksgiving. But he lives down in D.C. and he works at the hospital. So he's on shifts and he works Thanksgiving. And so she said, do you guys mind if we don't celebrate Thanksgiving on Thursday? Can we do it Saturday? Because he can come up then. I said, sure. So, we're just going to chill out on Thursday and then
watch some football and
celebrate Saturday.
You're going to have a busy Saturday.
I know.
You're doing all that and then all the
And then
activities.
I have to leave and do the Christmas tree lighting.
Can't they come with you?
I guess they could, if they want to. I mean, they live in Waynesboro, so, I would
tell them to stick around and
I'm going to invite them to come, but, I think we're eating at like noon and I'll have to take off around 4 to get there by 5. But, I would love for them to come.
Now, what do you make? What's your Thanksgiving dish? Kendra makes, we're looking so forward to it.
Oh, gosh. Well, she asked me to make a broccoli cheese rice casserole.
Yes.
I'm not a cook, but I'll do my best. All right. But I love to make, and I've done this only maybe a few times over the years because I'm lazy. But my grandmother used to make the oyster casserole.
Okay.
With the oyster crackers in it. And I'm not like an oyster person, but man, it is so good. The way her recipe is, it is like the best oyster casserole they've ever had. And I think the Antrim House used to have the oyster casserole there.
Yes, they did.
And I thought, oh my gosh, I was in love with it. I thought, this is just like my grandmother's. So that's kind of what I would do.
My great-grandfather always liked that from Antrim House.
Yeah.
And then somebody would have to make it for him for Christmas and Thanksgiving. They'd have to have it. And he's the only one that ate it, and he was happy as all get out.
And that's the only time I'd ever make it, too, is, on the holiday.
This might be a stupid question, but is it called an oyster casserole because of the oyster crackers or because there's actual oysters in it?
There's oysters in it.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah. But it's good. And they're not like big pieces of oyster, like, you're going to gag or anything. It's just like minced up kind of.
I'm kind of convinced that if you wouldn't put them in, you wouldn't notice it.
I think you would.
You really think so?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not an expert enough to know about. I don't like oysters, but
yeah. like I said, I'm not a big oyster person either. But for some reason, this recipe is out of the park. I love it.
I feel like you might have to do a practice run,
probably,
and just let us try it out.
Would
here.
you eat it?
Yeah.
I don't know. If everybody was raving about it, I would get FOMO, fear of missing out. So I probably would, but I do not like oysters at all. But I like oyster crackers.
And she likes free food, so there's that.
Food. Well, and the thing, too, is when you make it, you really do need to eat it within a day or two because then it starts to get mushy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If anything's going to make it more appetizing, that'll be the story to tell.
There it is. Well, hey, Kendra, happy holidays and happy Thanksgiving. And thanks for talking to us about Mercersburg and hope you have a lot of success on Saturday.
I do. Thank you so much. You have a good holiday, too. Thank you.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at news and sports, and it's all powered by 2A Arms LLC, 2A and PA, Firearms and Freedom.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
I feel the same way that I felt yesterday. I feel like this was a game that the Cowboys should have won.
They did.
They did. I didn't think they were spectacular, but that's okay. You don't have to do style points. This isn't college. We're not trying to impress the BCS. This was good for them to get away with a win. And I still have them not making the playoffs this year. Hey, this is Maggie Gray on 92.1 The GOAT, the Tri-State home for local sports and news.
It's that time of year to get your Christmas cards ordered and in the mail. LA Cameras has stationary 5x7 cards in single-sided, double-sided, or folded, printed on premium card stock. And their most popular card is the 4x8 photo card. Lots of new templates and layouts this season. All cards come with envelopes. And don't forget to order your calendars. They have desk 8.5x11, 12x12, and more. Visit LA Cameras, home of unique photo gifts, quality craftsmanship, cameras, prints, and more. LACameras.com. Images create fun.
Middletown Valley Bank is thankful for their valued customers. They are happy to be your bank of choice in our communities. MVB wishes you a warm and happy holiday season. Middletown Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Downtown Business Council of Chambersburg and F&M Trust present Small Business Saturday, November 30th. Spend $25 or more at downtown merchants such as Ludwig's Jewelers, Avocado Cafe, Cheerful Flowers and Gifts, and Olympia Candy Kitchen. Then bring your receipts to F&M Trust on the Square starting at 10 a.m. and receive either $10, $20, $50, or $100 in downtown dollars. Over $3,000 worth of certificates will be given away. Visit downtownseaburg.com for details.
Are you currently medically medically uninsured and a citizen of Washington County, Maryland, uninsured citizens are healthier and more productive through free access to health care. The Community Free Clinic can help those in need of physical or mental health care, including prescription medicine and lab services. Services are not based on income. Most services are free to qualifying patients. Are you currently medically uninsured? If you are in need of physical or mental health care, go to mycommunityfreeclinic.org to see if you qualify. Your health, their priority.
Our Bruce Carson Jewelers invites you to our holiday open house on December 6th and 7th. We are hosting a Marco Biccico trunk show featuring their distinctive Italian designer jewelry. We are excited to share Marco Biccico's beautiful line with you. Those who purchase any Marco Biccico piece will be entered to win a pair of Marco Biccico hoop earrings. We will also be offering $50 off $250, $100 off $500, and $500 off $2,500 or more throughout the store. Some exclusions apply. Our Bruce Carson Jewelers, making timeless memories since 1902.
I'm with Skip Jennings from Jennings Chevrolet Buick GMC in Chambersburg. Skip, what's happening at Jennings as we enter the holiday season?
Ben, here at Jennings, we have a tremendous number of business customers, plumbers, HVAC contractors, builders, and many more. Most of our customers have had a great year, and their accountants are telling them to buy some new vehicles before year end.
Why do they need to buy now?
We still have IRS rules that allow for accelerated depreciation on vehicles purchased before year end, which can drastically reduce a business's taxes.
How does Jennings Chevrolet Buick GMC fit into that equation?
Ben, we currently have our best selection of commercial vehicles in stock. We have Silverados and Colorados, Sierras and Canyons, Suburbans, Tahoes, and Yukons. We even have new cargo vans equipped with ladder racks and bins ready to get the job done.
Sounds like you have all the vehicles that your commercial customers want and need.
Ben, we sure do, and they are priced to sell. Please don't wait until the selection is down. Now is the time to buy. Stop in at Jennings today. I promise you won't be disappointed.
The biggest Black Friday bargains are at Wholesale Pallet Pushers. Toys, TVs, bikes, tools, pallets, mystery boxes, 60% off retail prices. Wholesale Pallet Pushers, 231 East Oak Ridge Drive across from the Meadows in Hagerstown.
Attention shoppers, Four Pools has big news.
Yes, Robbie, I think you're going to like the news.
Four Pools is opening their fourth location, a pop-up store across from the food court at Valley Mall, Hagerstown.
It will be convenient for Christmas shopping, and to celebrate the grand opening of the pop-up store, they have special grand opening prices on hot tubs and endless pools. There's a special truckload of hot tubs, including a limited number of factory second hot tubs up to 30% off. Right again, Robbie, there's no better way to ease those aches and pains than with your very own hot tub. Imagine soaking in hot bubbling water after a long day. It's like a warm hug for your body, and Floor Pools is where relaxation meets savings. Take advantage of special prices now during the grand opening of Floor Pools' new pop-up store at Valley Mall, Hagerstown, or stop by any of Floor Pools' 3 locations in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katie.
Drive-up Thanksgiving meals will be available on Thursday. The pickup is between 10 a.m. and noon. You have to call to reserve a meal. And this is at the Greencastle Presbyterian Church, 57 West Baltimore Street in Greencastle. It is a free dinner. We did report on this last week, but I think we're going to spend the next couple days just reiterating these drive-up style, single-serve, ready-to-eat meals. The pickup, again, 10 a.m. to noon. If you would like to reserve a meal, you just need to call 717-597-8333, extension 3. And we're going to keep going with more dinner celebrations on Thursday in West Virginia in Martinsburg from 11 until 3 p.m. at the Moose Lodge. That's on Woodbury Avenue in Martinsburg. There is a dinner hosted by Harvest Lighthouse Ministries. All are invited. Free dinner, DJ, free transportation. This is the part I really like, by the Eastern Panhandle Transit Authority. They will pick up at the Harvest Lighthouse Ministry. That's in Martinsburg as well. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. And also they are accepting donations of clothing to anyone in need. If you would like more information, you can send an email to harvestlighthouse@gmail.com. Both of those events are on Thursday, Pennsylvania, and then also West Virginia.
We already talked about this at the beginning of Let's Talk Tri-State at noon. However, as if there were any doubt, the holiday season opened up over the weekend with Hagerstown's 34th annual Kris Kringle Holiday Craft Show, featuring more than 200 vendors. Santa was on hand as well as Hagerstown, Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Chambersburg lit their community trees. And parades were held in Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Chambersburg as well.
Very nice. Yep. Yes, you got to love all the Christmas and holiday different events. Just really put you in the season.
Now the stress can sink in.
That's right. Let's go ahead and take a look at sports, something that's not stressful with Andy, and it's all powered by the DRB Group, the right choice for your real estate development.
On Friday in Washington County, Maryland football action, the Boonesboro Warriors fell to the Northern Garrett Huskies 49-0, eliminating Boonesboro from the playoffs. Also in Washington County sports news, longtime North High wrestling coach Greg Slick will be inducted into the State Hall of Fame. Congratulations going out to Coach Slick. It is well deserved. Grace Larivi, star volleyball player at Grace Academy, makes her Division I signing with St. Francis University official. Congratulations going out to Grace. In Berkeley County sports action, number 2, Spring Mills shut out number 15, Hedgesville, to advance to the quarterfinals over the weekend in playoff football. Martinsburg also got a victory in playoff football in Berkeley County sports high school action. They dominated Parkersburg 77-7 to advance to the WVSSAC quarterfinals.
If you'd like to be featured on the Coach's Corner with Andy, email coach at 921thegoat.com.
The JR Sport Brief on the Infinity Sports Network.
Am I going to favor them to win the championship this year? The answer is no. That'll be the greatest miracle because this is the New York Jets. And unfortunately, what's most likely is that one day Aaron Rodgers packs his bags and says, I want to leave. The New York Jets don't have a coach. And the New York Jets are going to have to start from scratch and suck for many more years because another Green Bay Packers experiment quarterback screwed them. This is JR of the JR Sport Brief on 92.1 The GOAT.
Are you looking for increased sales and profits for your business? Verstandig Media can help, but don't just take our word for it.
Hi, Mike with Lizzie's from Greencastle. The team at Verstandig Media, through their creative marketing approach and business connections, has helped us to connect with other new local customers and businesses in our community. We've seen consistent year-over-year growth for the past 6 years.
If you want a full-service marketing team working for you, visit 921thegoat.com/marketing today.
As the year draws to a close, CWP wants to thank our customers, community, and staff for a remarkable year.
To our loyal customers, your trust keeps us rolling every day. To our exceptional staff, your teamwork is the driving force behind our achievements. To our community, including our customers, staff, and family, we wish you all the best.
May the coming year be filled with success, happiness, and shared moments.
From all of us here at CWP, happy Thanksgiving.
Show love to your local shops this holiday season and be rewarded. Shop small November 18th through December 6th, and you could be reimbursed by your favorite station. It's your chance to be rewarded just by supporting small businesses like Moto Member, Simple Pleasures, Hammer Down Customs, and Jersey Mike's. Upload your shopping receipts from one of the participating businesses on this station's website under the Shop Small Win Big promotion for a shot at being reimbursed. No purchase necessary. See website for details.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Cody from Bell Jewelers. Our Black Friday promotion is here with amazing savings throughout the store and exclusive gifts. Spend $9.99 or more and receive a free $200 Bell Jewelers gift card. Or with a purchase of $29.99 or more, take home a 1.30 carat loose round lab diamond. Plus, be one of the first 10 customers on Wednesday or the first 20 on Friday to get a free swag bag. We're open Wednesday from 10 to 6, Black Friday 9 to 6, and Small Business Saturday 10 to 5. Check out our Facebook for our digital catalog with even more specials. Bell Jewelers on Northern Avenue, Chambersburg, your diamond destination.
Will you take the dip, do the chicken dance on the beach, or just watch? Whatever you decide, it will be a cool experience. Saturday, December 14th, it's the Special Olympics Cowan's Gap Polar Plunge. Come chill out at Cowan's Gap State Park in Fort Loudoun and support Special Olympics Pennsylvania athletes. Registration and check-in begins at 10:30 a.m. Every dollar raised helps support vital programming for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Learn more at specialolympicspa.org/polar plunge.
Kickstart your holiday Black Friday at M&S Harley-Davidson. November 29th, the first 50 adults will receive a free 3-in-1 power bank and hand warmer light. Spend $300 or more on a qualifying purchase and receive a Harley-Davidson tank desk clock. Supplies limited. Purchase 2 hours of prepaid labor for the price of 1 hour. Limited to 4 hours per customer. And Choose Handheld Cuisine food truck will be there. M&S Harley-Davidson, 160 Falling Spring Road, Chambersburg.
Take the plunge for a great cause. It's the 2025 Polar Bear Plunge, New Year's Day in River Bottom Park, Williamsport. Proceeds will go to the Fire Police. Festivities begin at 10 a.m. The plunge is at noon. There's a ceremonial bonfire, hot beverages, snacks, the annual costume contest for prizes, and more. Register early for a guaranteed shirt. Forms available now at Williamsport Town Hall or online at williamsportmd.gov. Brave the Potomac New Year's Day for the 2025 Polar Bear Plunge.
WIKG, Mercersburg, Chambersburg, Greencastle, 92.1 The Goat, the Tri-State's home for sports and news.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, powered by Home Right Windows and Doors, voted best in the Tri-State, the right choice.
I am really excited for our next guest today. He's going to steer us in the right direction. We have Dean Hamburg, who is the owner of Allegheny Driving School, and I know that these are jokes that you never tire of.
I want to see if you wrote these on here.
No, right before we went live, did you see me laughing?
No.
Or did you guys see me smiling?
I did. Oh, that, yeah, like right before.
I was thinking of puns in my head to get us started here.
Wow.
So anyway, Dean, thanks for being here with us today.
It's great to be here.
And let's just start by walk us through Allegheny Driving School and the different services that you offer.
Sure. Well, our main thing that we offer is driver education because it is a requirement in Maryland, unlike some of our neighboring states such as Pennsylvania and West Virginia. You don't have to take driver education. We do have some of those folks take it because it does give them a reduction in their insurance rates. But in Maryland, you must take the approved 36-hour program, which consists of 30 hours of classroom and then 6 hours behind the wheel driving.
Is it 6 hours?
It's 6.
Wow, I don't.
You would think it would be the other way, 6 hours and then 30 hours of driving, but it's just it's not logistically.
I just don't remember the 6 hours because Allegheny Driving School is where I went for driver's ed, and wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I guess it must have been
three 2-hour sessions.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember the funny thing was that we rode around and we did, I think it was me and 2 other people. So we would then take turns.
Right.
And the instructor was trying to throw us off our game for, certain different things, which you would be better versed to tell us about. But nonetheless I was so familiar. My dad and I used to love to ride back roads on the weekends. That's all we would do, just ride around.
Sure.
So there really wasn't a road within like her radius that she would take us that I hadn't already been on and known like the back of my hand. So she said, well, I'm going to take you on this road. I said, oh, that's one of my favorites. And she couldn't find a road that I didn't know about, but we did have a lot. I remember it was very fun doing driver's ed with Allegheny.
That's good. That's good. Well, we try to offer a great program, and again, it's something that, one of the biggest life skills that we have to do, driving a vehicle, it's very important. As far as the 6 hours, we do have basically lesson plans or what are called route plans. And again, it depends on the skill level of the driver. The first question as we check the the student's learner's permit is what's your driving experience, and you'll get anything from I've never driven, I've driven in a parking lot, I grew up on a farm, I know how to drive. So,
Let me get this correct. So in the state of Maryland, because I got my license in Pennsylvania, when you go and you get your permit, you have to, by law, go to a driving school, driver's ed, to then proceed to get your license?
That is correct. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 21. In Maryland, you have to take driver ed. So if you're 25 and you go to the MVA and say, hey, I'm deciding to get a license, the certificate's not on file, then there's no way around it in Maryland.
And they don't offer driver's ed in school anymore?
No, it's been out of the schools probably over 30 years now. This is my 27th year. Back as when you guys took driver ed as well. I took it at Boonesborough High School, and I graduated in '87. So it's been in the private sector now. Yes.
What made you want to get into this?
I got into it because I'm a school teacher, and I needed a summer job, and my wife. We started having a family, and we weren't living the lifestyle that we were accustomed to. So a woman said, you're already a teacher. And what I thought was going to be a summertime job turned into year round. I used to coach at South High. I got out of coaching and got into driver ed, and this is going on my 7th year of owning the company. Jim Frazier, the founder, gave me the opportunity to buy in 6 years ago. So,
what are some things that you are noticing with drivers now as opposed to 7-8 years ago?
Well, the big trend is since that I've noticed is I call everybody kids, but people are waiting to get their license since COVID for some reason. We see a lot of 18 to 25-year-olds. I don't know about you guys, but when I was 16, I wanted to get my license right away, right? It gives you freedom and stuff like that. I notice out there, because I'm in the car every single day, that there's a lot of, I hate to say this is factual, a lot of rude people, a lot of aggressive driving, which can lead to some very, very bad things. Matter of fact, I always say this, I'd rather do driver's training in the car without a logoed out car. Okay. And I'm sure that you've seen this, and I tell parents that be patient on the back of a car, a rookie driver, student driver. I mean, I've lived this for 26 years. You would think that people would be like, oh, there's a student driver, give them a little. It's not. I've seen some very, very scary things out there with everybody wants to pass the driver ed car. And, I'm hitting, I have a brake on my side. I'm hitting the brake, and the kid's like, what, did I do something wrong? I'm like, look, the car that's passing us, if we don't brake, they might hit us because they're going to get in a head-on collision. And they've got to get back over into the lane in front of us very quickly. Seen some stuff where cars are passing us, and the oncoming traffic is on the shoulder because to avoid the head-on collision.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think a lot of that, and I say this cautiously because I'm not trying to cast aspersions, but our area has seen a massive influx of folks coming from the city and bedroom communities because, even though the distance make it greater, commutes seem to get shorter and shorter as the city kind of expands. Do you think some of that, because when you go down in the city, man, that's how they drive.
Yes.
And they don't care. If a car doesn't have 5 or 6 dents on it, it's not from there or it's new, right?
Sure.
But do you think that mentality kind of comes up our way a little bit?
Well, people love to come up to the Tri-State area because it is so nice. And you're right, a lot of people commute. And that mindset, again, in the last couple of years, a lot of aggressive drivers out there, a lot of rude drivers. And, here we're trying to teach our students the proper way and the rules of the road and to make safe drivers for you and I and your families. And it's just crazy how the driver ed vehicle gets disrespected. It's just amazing to me. So
that's really unbelievable. I mean, I know definitely if I get behind a vehicle that says driver in training, I might roll my eyes and think, okay, well, it's going to be slow go for a little bit.
Sure.
But of course, it's give them space, give them room. I mean, they're scared, they're learning. That's just unbelievable to me that, I mean, all you're doing is making that person panic more.
Oh, yeah. Well, and the other thing is that, you know, the biggest thing is us getting past, right? The driver ed car getting past. 9 times out of 10, when we come to the next stop sign, stoplight, or town, the person or people that have passed us are right in front of us.
Right in front of you.
So they've gained nothing except a chance to get into a head-on collision and or a speeding ticket. So
everyone thinks they're getting somewhere faster, and I have a big time guilty pleasure in that when someone speeds by and drives like an idiot, and then
they're in the same spot.
They're right where we are.
Right, and of course, it being in the driver ed car and our company and our logo, you know, there is no ha 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 or something like that. You got to be professional about it the whole time. But you're just thinking, you know, all these tragedies that we see, especially on this corridor out here that is 81, don't you want, you know, your kids and your family members to be safe? So
I don't remember this when I took it, but do you guys take them on 70 and 81?
We try to get the whole realm of driving in, from parking lot to maneuvers to residential, country, city, and we try to get them onto the highway. I've had some parents that have told me before, I would rather you not do that. I've had some parents that said that's the only thing that we haven't done. I call the highway or the interstate the Michael Jordan of driving. Everyone thinks that. Tons of people say they've done everything but the highway, when really, to be honest, in my driving experience and teaching experience, once you're on the highway, it's the easiest driving that there is, because there's no stop signs, there's no stoplights, you never make a left or right hand turn.
Parallel parking.
But with that being said, the hardest thing for me as a driver, I don't know about you guys, and to teach, is the merge. Very, very tough and very scary at times.
Can be, yeah.
So yeah, we do. I try to stay off 81, but I try to get a long entrance ramp on 70 somewhere, and then we practice lane changings and of course the merge to go off of it.
When I got my permit, I was a terrible driver, and my mom, we would argue, like the patience was very thin with her to me and vice versa. So she paid for me to have private lessons. And I remember being in the driver's side and the instructor was in the passenger side with the brake. And I mean, he was like white knuckling on the brake the entire time. And I could see him hitting it a lot. And I just thought, I don't think I'm doing a really good job. And then when we would merge, I was terrified, absolutely terrified. And I hear his voice in my head 22 years later, pick a spot and go for it.
Sure.
Pick a spot and go. If it's, don't slow down, don't pick your spot. That's where you're going, and make it happen.
You got to accelerate and be aggressive, actually, to find that spot, and then you can settle down once you're into the flow of traffic.
I don't know why you can't rely on people following the law when they see someone coming over. If they are able, they are to get over.
Sure.
To let you merge, and everything will be so much easier. The interstate system is designed that while you are on the interstate, you don't have to slow down.
Right.
You should be at speed when you merge on, and you can be at speed when you merge off, and then of course, obviously, once you're off, you can get the brakes and do what you need to do.
It is always kind if there is room in the left lane for the car that's in the right lane for the merging vehicle to go ahead and lane change. But again, they don't have to. We are merging, so we don't have the right of way. It's just, again, the culture out on the road.
I love this. I love that you're here.
Yeah.
I was always under the impression that the law said they don't have to get over. Really?
No, they don't have to. It's more so of a courtesy thing, to be kind to someone. Again, I just said that in my experience, and I think Katie agreed, it's the toughest thing to do to merge.
It can be,
So why not get over and so that it's not a situation.
Because we've all been there.
Right.
You're no better than, everyone's been in these positions. I don't understand why one person thinks that they're,
And the other thing about it is, most of our clientele are those 16 to 18-year-old students. When can they drive? 10 months out of the year? Right when rush hour starts, because they're in school.
Right.
So it's when they're doing their lessons, again, it's a second shift job for 10 months out of the year, because most of our clients are high school students. It's between 3:30 and 7, which is rush hour. So yeah, there's some times. But really, I like most of my close calls have came on backcountry roads and in the city of people on their phone. Yeah, right. And once they're basically we're right-hand lane 65 to 70, and that's the other thing that I see all the time. We're going 70 miles per hour. Everyone's doing 85.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, they see drive red, and that just it's like waving a red flag in front of a bull, and they just fly and zoom
like
by
you're
us.
Sitting still.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Dean, with the last minute that we have here, what would be the biggest piece of advice you would give to a new driver?
Well, the biggest piece of advice I would say is practice makes perfect. Again, 6 hours. What can you be good at in 6 hours? Not much.
Yeah. So
these parents really need to mentor their students and train and practice with their students. And tons of times, they call up and say, Mr. Hamburg, my daughter's not that good of a driver. Well, that's because you haven't driven with her.
You're just not good at it.
Again, I can't cook, right? So if I have to cook the upcoming meal on Thanksgiving, everyone's going to be disappointed because I've never had to cook. I never wanted to cook. Mm-hmm. So yeah, practice. I would say practice, and more practice.
And patience.
The parents need to have patience, yes. Yes, absolutely.
And my poor driving instructor, he probably still talks about me.
Yeah.
I'll never forget 20 years ago, this Katie girl, and she had no idea how to merge. And
well, and that's a good point, too, because good on your mom for doing that. And because, it scares me to death. My daughter's 4, and to think that, and I know if it's anything like she is now, she's going to want to drive, but as a parent, you're carrying no more precious cargo than your own child. So it's kind of a catch-22. At one point, you're like, it's probably best if I don't do this. But then it's like, oh my goodness, can I really trust someone else? And I can tell you, Dean, you're extremely trustworthy. And before we let you go, just because you've been nice enough to come on here and dispel some rumors, obviously educated me on the law if people don't have to get over, so I can stop flipping them the bird. So let's, what's your website, phone number, how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, it's AlleghenyDriving.us and 301-766-0087.
Awesome. Dean, thank you so much for being here with us today.
I appreciate it. Love
Happy
your show.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, and love what you guys do for the community.
Tell everybody at the school I said hi.
I will definitely do so.
Thank you.
All right.
Coming up, we're going to take a look at news and sports, and it's all powered by Legends Bar in Chambersburg. You can satisfy your sports fix at Legends Bar in Chambersburg with game day specials and cold brews, and you can find them on Hollywell Avenue.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
I feel the same way that I felt yesterday. I feel like this was a game that the Cowboys should have won.
They did.
They did. I didn't think they were spectacular, but that's okay. You don't have to do style points. This isn't college. We're not trying to impress the BCS. This was good for them to get away with a win. And I still have them not making the playoffs this year. Hey, this is Maggie Gray on 92.1 The GOAT, the Tri-State home for local sports and news.
Celebrate the season in Williamsport, Maryland. The first 3 weekends in December from 3 to 9 p.m. Don't miss the celebration of trees at the Springfield Barn. Over 150 decorated Christmas trees will be on display inside the barn. Santa and Mrs. Claus will stop by, and you can enjoy an enchanting wagon ride. Admission by donation. For information on special extra days the celebration of trees will be open, check out the Springfield Barn's Facebook page.
Are you looking for increased sales and profits for your business? Verstandig Media can help, but don't just take our word for it.
Hi, Mike with Lizzie's from Greencastle. The team at Verstandig Media, through their creative marketing approach and business connections, has helped us to connect with other new local customers and businesses in our community. We've seen consistent year-over-year growth for the past 6 years.
If you want a full-service marketing team working for you, visit 921thegoat.com/marketing today.
The biggest Black Friday bargains are at Wholesale Pallet Pushers. Toys, TVs, bikes, tools, pallets, mystery boxes, 60% off retail prices. Wholesale Pallet Pushers, 231 East Oak Ridge Drive, across from the Meadows in Hagerstown. More than $3,000 in gift certificates will be given away on Small Business Saturday, November 30th. Spend $25 or more at Chambersburg merchants such as Golden Juniper Boutique, The Foundry, YP Jewelers, and Black & Blush Boutique. Then bring your receipts to F&M Trust on the Square starting at 10 a.m. to receive $10, $20, $50, or $100 in downtown dollars. Presented by Downtown Business Council of Chambersburg and F&M Trust. Visit downtownseaburg.com for details.
I'm with Skip Jennings from Jennings Chevrolet Buick GMC in Chambersburg. Skip, what's happening at Jennings as we enter the holiday season?
Ben, here at Jennings, we have a tremendous number of business customers, plumbers, HVAC contractors, builders, and many more. Most of our customers have had a great year, and their accountants are telling them to buy some new vehicles before year end.
Why do they need to buy now?
We still have IRS rules that allow for accelerated depreciation on vehicles purchased before year end, which can drastically reduce a business's taxes.
How does Jennings Chevrolet Buick GMC fit into that equation?
Ben, we currently have our best selection of commercial vehicles in stock. We have Silverados and Colorados, Sierras and Canyons, Suburbans, Tahoes, and Yukons. We even have new cargo vans equipped with ladder racks and bins ready to get the job done.
Sounds like you have all the vehicles that your commercial customers want and need.
Ben, we sure do, and they are priced to sell. Please don't wait until the selection is down. Now is the time to buy. Stop in at Jennings today. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Take the plunge for a great cause. It's the 2025 Polar Bear Plunge, New Year's Day in River Bottom Park, Williamsport. Proceeds will go to the fire police. Festivities begin at 10 a.m. The plunge is at noon. There's a ceremonial bonfire, hot beverages, snacks, the annual costume contest for prizes, and more. Register early for a guaranteed shirt. Forms available now at Williamsport Town Hall or online at williamsportmd.gov. Brave the Potomac New Year's Day for the 2025 Polar Bear Plunge.
Broadcasting from the Meritus Health Studio. For local news and sports, stay right here. For expert healthcare, Meritus Health has your entire family's needs covered. Learn more at meritushealth.com. Meritus Health, expert care close to home.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katie.
Let's talk Tri-State. Drive-up Thanksgiving meals will be available on Thursday. The pickup is between 10 a.m. and noon. You have to call to reserve a meal. And this is at the Greencastle Presbyterian Church, 57 West Baltimore Street in Greencastle. It is a free dinner. We did report on this last week, but I think we're going to spend the next couple days just reiterating these. Drive-up style, single-serve, ready-to-eat meals. The pickup, again, 10 a.m. to noon. If you would like to reserve a meal, you just need to call 717-597-8333, extension 3. And we're going to keep going with more dinner celebrations on Thursday in West Virginia in Martinsburg from 11 until 3 p.m. at the Moose Lodge. That's on Woodbury Avenue in Martinsburg. There is a dinner hosted by Harvest Lighthouse Ministries. All are invited. Free dinner, DJ, free transportation. This is the part I really like, by the Eastern Panhandle Transit Authority. They will pick up at the Harvest Lighthouse Ministry. That's in Martinsburg as well. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. And also they are accepting donations of clothing to anyone in need. If you would like more information, you can send an email to harvestlighthouse@gmail.com. Both of those events are on Thursday, Pennsylvania, and then also West Virginia.
We already talked about this at the beginning of Let's Talk Tri-State at noon. However, as if there were any doubt, the holiday season opened up over the weekend with Hagerstown's 34th annual Kris Kringle Holiday Craft Show, featuring more than 200 vendors. Santa was on hand as well, as Hagerstown, Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Chambersburg lit their community trees, and parades were held in Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Chambersburg as well.
Very nice. Yeah. Yes, you got to love all the Christmas and holiday different events. Just really put you in the season.
Now the stress can sink in.
That's right. Let's go ahead and take a look at sports, something that's not stressful with Andy, and it's all powered by the DRB Group, the right choice for your real estate development.
In NBA action last night, the Boston Celtics got a win over the Minnesota Timberwolves 107-105. The Indiana Pacers knocked out the Wizards 115-103. The Miami Heat beat the Dallas Mavericks 123-118. The Los Angeles Clippers beat the Philadelphia 76ers 125-99. And the Cleveland Cavaliers got a victory over the Raptors 122-108, while the Sacramento Kings fell to the Brooklyn Nets 108-103. The Minnesota Vikings got a victory over the Bears on Sunday 30-27, while the Lions beat the Colts 24-6. The Dolphins beat the Patriots 34-15, and the Buccaneers got a win over the New York Giants 30-7. The Dallas Cowboys took down the Washington Commanders 34-26. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Carolina Panthers 30-27. The Titans got a victory over the Texans 32-27. The Broncos beat the Raiders 29-19. The Packers beat the 49ers 38-10. The Seahawks got a win over the Cardinals 16-6. And for Sunday Night Football, Saquon Barkley showing off. 255 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, over 300 all-purpose yards earned for Saquon Barkley and the Eagles as they beat the Rams 37-20. Coming up tonight in Monday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens take on the Los Angeles Chargers in an exciting matchup.
If you'd like to be featured on the Coach's Corner with Andy, email coach at 921thegoat.com.
It's the perfect blend of modern living and timeless elegance. DRB Homes Loft at Creekside in the heart of Winchester. DRB Homes' premier uptown 2-floor plan offers spaces thoughtfully designed for your lifestyle, along with options including a 4th-floor loft and terrace. Your premier lifestyle begins with the tranquility and amenities of the lofts at Creekside, just minutes from downtown, surrounded by natural beauty and moments away from shopping and dining. To find your dream home at the lofts at Creekside, visit drbhomes.com.
Kickstart your holiday Black Friday at M&S Harley Davidson. November 29th, the first 50 adults will receive a free 3-in-1 power bank and hand warmer light. Spend $300 or more on a qualifying purchase and receive a Harley Davidson tank desk clock. Supplies limited. Purchase 2 hours of prepaid labor for the price of 1 hour. Limited to 4 hours per customer. And Choose Handheld Cuisine food truck will be there. M&S Harley Davidson, 160 Falling Spring Road, Chambersburg.
Our Bruce Carson Jewelers invites you to our holiday open house on December 6th and 7th. We are hosting a Marco Biccico trunk show featuring their distinctive Italian designer jewelry. We are excited to share Marco Biccico's beautiful line with you. Those who purchase any Marco Biccico piece will be entered to win a pair of Marco Biccico hoop earrings. We will also be offering $50 off $250, $100 off $500, and $500 off $2,500 or more throughout the store. Some exclusions apply. Our Bruce Carson Jewelers, making timeless memories since 1902.
As the year draws to a close, CWP wants to thank our customers, community, and staff for a remarkable year.
To our loyal customers, your trust keeps us rolling every day. To our exceptional staff, your teamwork is the driving force behind our achievements. To our community, including our customers, staff, and family, we wish you all the best.
May the coming year be filled with success, happiness, and shared moments.
From all of us here at CWP, happy Thanksgiving.
Holiday Gift Central is at LA Cameras this season. They've got double-walled stainless steel, wine tumblers, camp mugs, and tall tumblers with metal straws. Get ready for your holiday decorating with beautiful ornaments to adorn your tree in porcelain, metal, or wood. Family and friends will love getting a pillow, a piece of jewelry, or a keychain under the tree. New for this year, they have bottle openers and a variety of new puzzle sizes. Visit lacameras.com, home of unique photo gifts, quality craftsmanship, cameras, prints, and more. LA Cameras. Images create fun.
Attention shoppers, Four Pools has big news.
Yes, Robbie, I think you're going to like the news.
Four Pools is opening their 4th location, a pop-up store across from the food court at Valley Mall, Hagerstown.
It will be convenient for Christmas shopping, and to celebrate the grand opening of the pop-up store, they have special grand opening prices on hot tubs and endless pools. There's a special truckload of hot tubs, including a limited number of factory second hot tubs up to 30% off. Right again, Robbie, there's no better way to ease those aches and pains than with your very own hot tub. Imagine soaking in hot bubbling water after a long day. It's like a warm hug for your body, and Floor Pools is where relaxation meets savings. Take advantage of special prices now during the grand opening of Floor Pools' new pop-up store at Valley Mall, Hagerstown, or stop by any of Floor Pools' 3 locations in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg.
Will you take the dip, do the chicken dance on the beach, or just watch? Whatever you decide, it will be a cool experience. Saturday, December 14th, it's the Special Olympics Cowan's Gap Polar Plunge. Come chill out at Cowan's Gap State Park in Fort Loudoun and support Special Olympics Pennsylvania athletes. Registration and check-in begins at 10:30 a.m. Every dollar raised helps support vital programming for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Learn more at specialolympicspa.org/polar plunge.
Are you currently medically uninsured and a citizen of Washington County, Maryland? Uninsured citizens are healthier and more productive through free access to health care. The Community Free Clinic can help those in need of physical or mental health care, including prescription medicine and lab services. Services are not based on income. Most services are free to qualifying patients. Are you currently medically uninsured? If you are in need of physical or mental health care, go to mycommunityfreeclinic.org to see if you qualify. Your health, their priority.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, powered by Home Right Windows and Doors in Waynesboro, the right choice, winner in the 2024 Best of the Tri-State Awards. We have our final guest of the afternoon.
We have Tanya Hurley, who is the director of Franklin County Area Agency on Aging, which I'm going to refer to from here on out as the Franklin County AAA to make life a little easier for me. So walk us through, Tanya, the Franklin County AAA, the programs and services that you provide.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so first, thanks for having me.
Of course.
So we have lots of services at the AAA department in Franklin County. I often say a lot of people don't know who we are and what we offer until you're maybe 60 or a parent is 60 and you kind of look into us and then know. So we have a lot of programming. I always say a good place to start if you want information is our information and referral department. So if you ever have any type of question related to an aging program, an aging resource in our department, or just someone over the age of 60, you need information for them, you can call our main line and ask for our information and referral department. We help hand out applications for things, fill out applications for different things. Again, it could be something in our department or not in our department. And so that's just a great overall place to start. If you don't know where to start, say you have a neighbor that you're like, oh, I would love to get some information for my aging neighbor. It's just, a great starting off point for anybody not sure. Because again, we're kind of, I say sometimes we're a hidden gem. You just don't know what we offer and who we are until you need to.
What are some kinds of questions that people will call regarding?
Oh, anything, basically. It could be, I have an aging neighbor and I think that they don't get out of the home enough.
Okay.
Is there something that could be useful to them? Someone could say, I'm older and I'm struggling a little bit. Could someone within the department help me apply for something like food stamps or energy assistance, some financial resources, to be helpful. They might call and ask about our senior centers and just to know more about them and their locations, food, types of resources. So kind of anything and everything.
So it's kind of more day-to-day-ish assistance as you're just over the age of 60.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And sometimes, even if it's not someone over the age of 60, it might be that someone knows someone over the age of 60 and wants information on them. We get a lot of like adult children that say, like, my mom and dad are 60 and now they need to get on Medicare. Where do they start?
Right.
Because, something like Medicare is, confusing and,
Sure.
A lot of people don't know a lot about Medicare.
That'd be a daunting task if you weren't 60 plus.
Oh, yes. I even say I'm not a Medicare guru, but we have Medicare gurus in our office, and they help you, walk you through the, different Medicare plans, and, that we do individualized Medicare counseling for folks, and so that's extremely helpful, and that is free, a free resource.
I was just going to ask, are these free services?
Yeah, so that one that is free. We're tasked with, that from Pennsylvania Department of Aging, and so we can see anybody. Right now is Medicare open enrollment season, so we have people in and out our doors about every hour for just, free Medicare counseling to help them, find a plan that works for their medical needs.
Do you put on or host any kind of like activities for aging over the age of 60 to attend, like crafts or craft night or anything like that?
Yeah. So that's the fun part of our department. So we have 8 senior centers, and so across the whole county. And so those senior centers have free activities. We have paint classes that are free, pottery classes that are free. Those are, probably some of our more, well attended. We have exercise classes. We actually, our closest senior center is right down the road here on Antrim Church Road, Greencastle Senior Center. And that group is full of exercises. They are an exercise heavy group. They exercise every single day of the week. And so, just a lot of different classes. We have community partners and presentations that can come in and give them free information about different resources. We offer health and wellness classes, and then we offer a noontime lunch.
And these are free services?
Yeah, so our senior centers are completely free. You just have to be over 60, obviously, to attend. The meals, we ask for a $2 donation, just, to help offset those costs. But it's a free, nutritious meal. Other than that, we don't monitor that. So if someone can't donate money, obviously there's nothing saying that they need to at all. But it's a great resource.
Are there transportation? Is there transportation provided to the centers?
Yes. So we have a contract with Rabbit Transit, and so someone, if they can't regularly make it, then yeah, absolutely, we can get them, something called a Gold Pass. We can fill out that application with them and, see if they qualify for that. Now that is income based.
Yeah.
I think what we'll find is, and what anyone will find, is that there's so many resources that you offer that most people probably wouldn't know the scope that you cover, and I think that's amazing. So, and you are funded by the state of Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Is that the partial funding or primary funding?
Primary funding is state, and then we have some federal funding too. So that is primarily how we are funded for all of our different programming.
And do you have any volunteer opportunities?
Yes, so we rely heavily on volunteers just to be able to, do all the different things across our senior centers, to do that Medicare counseling. And so on our website, the franklincountypa.gov website, there's a Human Services and then Aging tab that someone can go on, right on our website and apply to volunteer. A lot of people volunteer for things like delivering home delivered meals. So that's another program that we offer. That is another free program. The person just has to be homebound. So again, if you would know someone in the community that's over the age of 60 that is homebound, they would qualify for free home delivered meals, meaning a volunteer would deliver them a meal Monday through Friday. And I always say that's more than a meal. It's a quick little check-in.
Of course, sure.
Sometimes, we are the only person that sees that older adult in the day, and so it's nice to be able to lay eyes on them and make sure they're doing good and give them a couple-minute chat and then, hand them a hot meal for the day.
Are the meals contracted through the school system, or is that?
So we have a food vendor that actually is out of McConnellsburg, and they prepare our meals every day. Wonderful. And then they bring them to all of our 8 locations, and then we package them throughout our 8 locations to get them out to the homes of the seniors.
And there's 8 locations in Franklin County?
Yeah. So we have 8 centers in Franklin County. It's a lot compared to our other surrounding counties. Yeah.
Oh my, where are all of them?
So Greencastle, like I mentioned, is the nearest, and then we have one in Waynesboro and Chambersburg. I always say think of our towns. So we have Monalto, Upper Strasburg, Tuscarora, Mercersburg area, Path Valley, Chambersburg.
More densely populated.
I think I named all 8. I didn't count off, but yeah.
And if you are over the age of 60, you're immediately eligible for any of these services.
Yeah. People literally will, come in right after they turn 60, and because their friends might be coming already, and they want to join our classes or our exercise classes, and
that's great. This is really great what you offer. I didn't know the extent of all of this. What was something that you offer, a program that you guys have that you really like? Personally,
I would say the home delivered meals is near and dear to my heart, definitely, just because it's not just a meal, it's being able to check in with a homebound senior that, other people might not, interact with. They probably don't get a lot of interaction.
And they're probably waiting.
Oh yeah.
It's all the time they wake
get
up
very
for that
excited.
interaction.
Yes, exactly. And then our centers, they're just fun. Thanksgiving was last Thursday, for instance. And we served 630 meals last Thursday across our 8 centers. And so it was just, it's so nice because sometimes that is the only family. There's more and more generations that are moving, like adult children might be moving out of the area. And so some of our seniors, they don't have, family locally, for Thanksgiving or Christmas. So they're gearing up for Christmas. They have a lot of Christmas parties around the corner in December. So yeah, that's the most fun part, I always say. If you're having a bad day, walk into one of our senior centers. They'll brighten it any day.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Tanya, this is great. So with the last minute that we have here, how do people find you? I know you've already given out the website, just phone number, website, one more time.
Yeah, so our phone number is 717-263-2153. And our website, again, is franklincountypa.gov. And you would go under Human Services and then Aging tab, and you can look up all of our great programming and our senior center locations and activity calendars and volunteer application.
Awesome. Well, thank you for what you do. And
please come back.
Yes, please. We would love to have you back.
Oh, yeah.
And coming up, we're going to take a look at news and sports, and it's all powered by Virtus Men's Health in Hagerstown. They have telehealth available, and you can find them online at virtusmenshealth.com.
Sunday, January 26th, it's the Tristate Bridal Show, noon to 5 at the Valley Mall in Hagerstown. Brides-to-be, this is your chance to meet the area's leading bridal professionals. Venues, photographers, caterers, travel planners, and more. The first 100 brides to register online at this station's website will receive a welcome bag that includes small gifts, coupons, flyers, and a raffle ticket for door prizes. Register now, and we'll see you Saturday, January 26th for the Tri-State Bridal Show at Valley Mall, Hagerstown.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Cody from Bell Jewelers. It's our Black Friday promotion with savings throughout the store and free gifts just for shopping. Spend $3.99 or more and choose a $50 gift card to Starbucks or Chick-fil-A. And when you spend $19.99 or more, receive a 28-inch Blackstone griddle with a hard cover. Plus, the first 10 customers on Wednesday and the first 20 on Friday get a free swag bag. Visit our Facebook for our digital catalog with even more specials. Bell Jewelers on Norland Avenue, Chambersburg, your diamond destination.
More than $3,000 in gift certificates will be given away on Small Business Saturday, November 30th. Spend $25 or more at Chambersburg merchants such as Golden Juniper Boutique, The Foundry, YP Jewelers, and Black & Blush Boutique. Then bring your receipts to F&M Trust on the Square starting at 10 a.m. to receive $10, $20, $50, or $100 in downtown dollars. Presented by Downtown Business Council of Chambersburg and F&M Trust. Visit downtownseaburg.com for details.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk Tri-State with Tiny and Katie.
Drive-up Thanksgiving meals will be available on Thursday. The pickup is between 10 a.m. and noon. You have to call to reserve a meal. And this is at the Greencastle Presbyterian Church, 57 West Baltimore Street in Greencastle. It is a free dinner. We did report on this last week, but I think we're going to spend the next couple days just reiterating these. Drive-up style, single serve, ready to eat meals. The pickup again, 10 a.m. to noon. If you would like to reserve a meal, you just need to call 717-597-8333, extension 3. And we're going to keep going with more dinner celebrations on Thursday in West Virginia in Martinsburg from 11 until 3 p.m. at the Moose Lodge. That's on Woodbury Avenue in Martinsburg. There is a dinner hosted by Harvest Lighthouse Ministries. All are invited. Free dinner, DJ, free transportation. This is the part I really like, by the Eastern Panhandle Transit Authority. They will pick up at the Harvest Lighthouse Ministry. That's in Martinsburg as well. 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. And also they are accepting donations of clothing to anyone in need. If you would like more information, you can send an email to harvestlighthouse@gmail.com. Both of those events are on Thursday, Pennsylvania, and then also West Virginia.
We already talked about this at the beginning of Let's Talk Tri-State at noon. However, as if there were any doubt, the holiday season opened up over the weekend with Hagerstown's 34th annual Kris Kringle Holiday Craft Show, featuring more than 200 vendors. Santa was on hand as well, as Hagerstown, Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Chambersburg lit their community trees, and parades were held in Greencastle, Waynesboro, and Chambersburg as well.
Very nice. Yeah. Yes, you got to love all the Christmas and holiday different events. Just really put you in the season.
Now the stress can sink in.
That's right. Let's go ahead and take a look at sports, something that's not stressful with Andy, and it's all powered by the DRB Group, the right choice for your real estate development.
On Friday in Washington County, Maryland football action, the Boonesboro Warriors fell to the Northern Garrett Huskies 49-0, eliminating Boonesboro from the playoffs. Also in Washington County sports news, longtime North High wrestling coach Greg Slick will be inducted into the State Hall of Fame. Congratulations going out to Coach Slick. It is well deserved. Grace Larivi, star volleyball player at Grace Academy, makes her Division I signing with St. Francis University official. Congratulations going out to Grace. In Berkeley County sports action, number 2, Spring Mills shut out number 15, Hedgesville, to advance to the quarterfinals over the weekend in playoff football. Martinsburg also got a victory in playoff football in Berkeley County sports high school action. They dominated Parkersburg 77-7 to advance to the WVSSAC quarterfinals.
If you'd like to be featured on the Coach's Corner with Andy, email coach at 921thegoat.com. WIKG, Mercersburg, Chambersburg, Greencastle, 92.1 The Goat, the Tri-State's home for sports and news.
Attention shoppers, Four Pools has big news.
Yes, Robbie, I think you're going to like the news.
Four Pools is opening their 4th location, a pop-up store across from the food court at Valley Mall, Hagerstown.
It will be convenient for Christmas shopping, and to celebrate the grand opening of the pop-up store, they have special grand opening prices on hot tubs and endless pools. There's a special truckload of hot tubs, including a limited number of factory second hot tubs up to 30% off. Right again, Robbie, there's no better way to ease those aches and pains than with your very own hot tub. Imagine soaking in hot bubbling water after a long day. It's like a warm hug for your body, and Floor Pools is where relaxation meets savings. Take advantage of special prices now during the grand opening of Floor Pools' new pop-up store at Valley Mall, Hagerstown, or stop by any of Floor Pools' 3 locations in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg.
Meredith Medical Center has been receiving straight A's. Hi, this is Heather Markell, Meredith Medical Center's Chief Nursing Officer. We are proud to announce that the hospital has earned its 4th straight A designation for hospital safety grade from Patient Safety Watchdog, the Leapfrog Group. Leapfrog says that only 30% of hospitals in the U.S. have received an A. It's the dedication of our team members that got this award, so let's give them a big thank you for all that they do, and thank you for choosing Meredith Medical Center.
I'm with Skip Jennings from Jennings Chevrolet Buick GMC in Chambersburg. Skip, what's happening at Jennings as we enter the holiday season?
Ben, here at Jennings, we have a tremendous number of business customers, plumbers, HVAC contractors, builders, and many more. Most of our customers have had a great year, and their accountants are telling them to buy some new vehicles before year end.
Why do they need to buy now?
We still have IRS rules that allow for accelerated depreciation on vehicles purchased before year end, which can drastically reduce a business's taxes.
How does Jennings Chevrolet Buick GMC fit into that equation?
Ben, we currently have our best selection of commercial vehicles in stock. We have Silverados and Colorados, Sierras and Canyons, Suburbans, Tahoes, and Yukons. We even have new cargo vans equipped with ladder racks and bins ready to get the job done.
Sounds like you have all the vehicles that your commercial customers want and need.
Ben, we sure do, and they are priced to sell. Please don't wait until the selection is down. Now is the time to buy. Stop in at Jennings today. I promise you won't be disappointed.
WIKG, Mercersburg, Chambersburg, Greencastle, 92.1 The Goat, the Tri-State's home for sports and news.
Where the Tri-State goes for local sports, the Coach's Corner is your source. Baseball, football, soccer, and hoops, the Coach's Corner has the scoop. It's the Coach's Corner with Andy.
Covering Tri-State sports, it's the Coach's Corner with Andy on 92.1 The Goat.
It's the Coach's Corner.
All right, we are back here with Grant Smith today. Grant's been my all sports resident expert here lately. What have we talked about so far? We talked about the Heisman race, we talked a little college football, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight, Supercross. So now we're going to get into the NFL. NFL just passed. I think we just passed the midway point of the season. The MVP race is heating up, especially after the games last night. Let's see. Let's mark for today. What's today? Today's Monday, the 18th. So Monday night game hasn't been played yet, but let's be honest. It's the Texans and the Cowboys. Any MVPs in that game? Probably not. Let's start first with, I think, who has the best case to win the MVP right now. in my opinion, especially after yesterday beating the unbeaten Chiefs, knocking them down a peg, Mr. Josh Allen.
No.
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 Why not?
No.
Why not?
No. I
Why
find it
not?
funny that you messaged me today and started it off with a message about how Lamar just threw away the MVP. You baited me to come on here with a vengeance.
I didn't say he threw it away. I said the landscape has changed. Okay? All right.
No.
So first, let me make my case, okay?
All right.
Josh Allen, he's got over 2,500 yards, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's got his team in the top of their division. Just beat the Chiefs, the last undefeated team in the league. He beat Patrick Mahomes. He looked way better than Mahomes. Mm-hmm. The Buffalo Bills are, I believe, firing all cylinders right now, and I think Josh Allen is part of that equation. Obviously, there's others as well. Getting Amari Cooper on the team helps. James Cook's having an awesome year. But Cook was quiet last night, and all the other running backs, they didn't have a really good running game. And Josh Allen got that winning touchdown on that final drive, and the man bulldozed his way into the end zone. That's passion right there. And I think, like we said with the Heisman Trophy, yes, the stats matter, but your passion and how you lead your team and how your team's doing makes a difference too. Now, Saturday, would I have had him up there at the top? Probably not. But, if I didn't have him solely at the top, I would probably have him tied with Lamar. Lamar's having that kind of season too. But he's had some rough games team-wise.
Yeah. We've lost a lot. A lot of our games were lost because our kicker ain't making field goals and extra points.
A lot of people hate Justin Tucker right now. A lot of people. Mr. Automatic. Something's got to be going on. Something's in his head. I don't know what's going on.
Right now, he's more semi-automatic than automatic. Maybe like a 3-round burst or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. What did he miss? And I mean, the ones he missed were from, I think, 47 and 50 yesterday, which are not easy kicks. No kick is ever easy in the NFL, but I don't think he missed a field goal from that range in that area, 40 to 50 yards, since like 2022.
Well, when your personal best is the NFL record 66 yards.
Yep.
And you're 16 yards within that. Like, that should be a chip shot.
It should, yes. I mean, maybe he's up. He's not that young. Maybe he's starting to digress. I don't know.
Father Time will come and get everybody. I mean,
Tom Brady's proof. He can't be the best forever.
Nope. Nope. You got to learn when to. What's that song? Know when to fold them.
Yeah.
Know when to walk away.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. So let's talk a little bit about Lamar. Lamar's over 2,800 yards passing, only 3 interceptions on the year, and he's got 25 touchdowns. He's got a QB rating of 75, which is I think the best out of. He's in second place of a QB rating. But yesterday, what happened during that 2-point conversion?
That I don't know. I think he was trying to do too much, personally. I think, too, like, watching the game, like, there was a couple plays where he was trying to force the ball where he should have just been Lamar.
Right.
I mean, let's face it.
Like,
I feel
he's
like
thinking about it too much. Yeah.
Yeah, like, anytime he's on the field, he is the best. He is the best athlete, hands down, on the field.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
But,
I mean, he didn't have a horrible game yesterday.
No.
It wasn't. I mean, his completion percentage was a little on the low side, but he still tossed for over 200 yards, touchdown and interception. But Pittsburgh is a really good defensive team.
I feel like if he were to run the ball more, against, I mean, that rivalry. I mean, watching guys in the Baltimore Steelers games, like, those guys are out there legit, not trying to, like, go out and hurt somebody, but those guys are out there just hitting each other in the mouth, and they're just hitting each other at speeds that they don't normally hit other teams.
Yeah, the
you know
intensity
what I mean? Like
is
those
a little
rivalry
higher.
games.
Yeah, yep.
I think
that's the Commanders Cowboys game. Even if the two teams are the bottom feeder teams in the NFC East, that game's probably going to be the most entertaining game of the day, in my opinion, at least, just because it's that story, or the Bears Packers game, like we saw this past weekend. excuse me, that game was decided by a point. And because it was a hard hitting smash mouth game, lots of defense. You can even make a case probably for up until Justin Herbert started carving up the Bengals defense. That was kind of they're not a big rivalry, but that was a defensive minded game there for a quarter or two. And then it kind of everybody started scoring. But, it's stuff like that. And there's other things happening. And it goes back to that sports entertainment thing like we talked about the other day with the Logan Paul Mike Tyson fight. Yeah. It's entertainment. There's storylines behind it. And that's what makes it cool to watch. But maybe I'll put Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson tied for first. Let's just say that. Josh Allen I think he earned a lot of people's respect yesterday. Lamar didn't.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that his stock didn't go up. I wouldn't say that.
You're a homer, so of course you're going to pick Lamar. Let's see the chain. Where's the chain at?
I'm right here, man. I took that right there.
There it is.
Right there. I'm going to the Eagles Baltimore game on December 1st. My brother-in-law's taking me for my birthday.
Oh, cool. That'd be awesome. Watch out for those Eagles fans.
It's my second ever professional NFL game. 16 years apart from the first time I ever went. I went my 16th birthday. Ravens Redskins in Baltimore.
Okay. Let's see, 16 years ago would have been what year? I'm horrible at math.
Oh, man.
Let's see, 20 years ago was 2005, right? So around 2000, what's that, 9, 10?
2009-ish. Yeah, 2009. I graduated when I was 17, so
that probably would have been was it Jason Campbell?
Yeah.
Was that the QB then?
I think so.
We called him Footsteps Campbell because you could hear his footsteps from the crowd. The way he's so heavy-footed, like you could just hear him run. They used to call him, That's around when I started watching when Jason Campbell was under center. I liked Jason Campbell. It's a shame that he didn't get further than he did, but he was fun to watch. He was a good player.
For sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think Lamar still should be the front runner, just for the numbers that he is putting up. The losses that he's lost are literally on the kicker.
Yeah.
Not
his fault, right?
No, and like I said, I've said this before, like I love football because there's so many different things that could go wrong and there's so many things that could go right that can change the landscape of a game and the momentum, you know. Justin Tucker hits both field goals and doesn't miss the extra point. We win by 7.
Yep.
If my math is right. Probably not right, but we win.
Yeah, you win. Win's a win.
You know what I mean? And then this whole conversation is irrelevant. Because Lamar's like, he's still the front runner. You know? And when Lamar and Allen went head-to-head, Allen had 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions that game.
Okay. They got stomped by the Ravens that game.
Destroyed.
I remember that. They got destroyed. That was the 3-touchdown Derrick Henry day, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Lamar had 2 or 3 touchdowns and I think 1 interception.
Yeah. Well, then speaking of Derrick Henry, the case for Lamar not running more than he has to, number one, is it because of Derrick Henry? Now that they have that workhorse running back there who can get it done. Not saying they haven't before, but like look at your past running backs. Ray Rice, I'm going way back. Ray Rice, short, stout. He was a tough runner, but he wasn't he wasn't Derrick Henry. Then the only Gus Edwards was a pretty bruising back, but talent level wise, I wouldn't put him up there with Derrick Henry. Still a great player.
No, I think our last best running back we had was Jamal Lewis.
Yep, Jamal Lewis. I was going to mention that name as well. Him and Derrick Henry remind me a lot of each other. Talent wise, size wise, that hard, tough hard nosed running. But then like right before Derrick Henry, who was it? Dobbins? Was it J.K. Dobbins?
J.K. Dobbins, but he was always injured.
He was always injured. He's tiny. He's not a big back. I mean, he's not small by any means.
Really talented though. I will give him that. Very talented, but he wasn't. He didn't have the size.
Right. He was more that pass catching. Back like that fast, like that Christian McCaffrey style running back, which benefits a team, but as long as your style fits it, which I think the Ravens are more that smash mouth running style.
Old school running, like battle of attrition. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Even who's gonna fold first?
Right, exactly. Even Lamar runs tough. Like, and he's not the biggest dude in the world, but he doesn't. I see him go into tackles a lot and choose not to slide, or he tries to get that extra yard, stuff like that. So, but it's going to benefit Jackson as well, because then there's not as many chances of him to getting hurt. But at the same time, does it not benefit the team? Because obviously, like you said, he's the best athlete on the field, hands down, 9 times out of 10. Yeah. And you need that. Like, you let him make a play, but maybe don't let him make every play.
When Lamar doesn't run, it takes a huge dimension out of his style of play. Yeah. And there was a play where I watched, and I think it was like 3rd and 11 or something like that, and he threw the ball, and I'm like, dude, you had like 20 yards. Like, there was nobody there. I could have ran 11 yards on that field. Maybe. I probably would have got like 7.
Maybe.
But still, like, if I was Lamar, I could have got more than that. It could have been a huge play, but no, he threw it, and our receivers weren't catching nothing. I think Zay Flowers had one. They went to catch it and hit him in his face. Like, dude, what the heck? Like, you make millions of dollars. I could go get hit in the face with a ball and make millions of dollars. I'll cash those checks to the bank every day.
Right, exactly. I don't think the Ravens' problems lie on the offensive side. I think it's your pass defense. That's what's gonna. If something comes back to bite you guys,
that pass defense is trash.
It's gonna be that. And when you go up if you have to go up against teams, like the Chiefs, even the Bills, air it out like that, it's gonna be tough. But not doable. But it's gonna be tough.
No, they did good. They did good the other day. I mean, let's face it. The Steelers only kicked field goals.
Yeah, they
did the entire
hold
time, and our cornerbacks were locking up the receivers on many occasions.
Yeah, I think George Pickens was the only one that had a decent day, like 80 yards, 7 catches, or something like that. I think I read a stat that all of the other wide receivers in the first half combined for like 25 yards total on like 3 catches or something like that. So they definitely did their part. But if you think about it, on the Steelers, who else do they have besides George Pickens? That maybe Pat Freiermuth to tight end.
Outside of that, no.
A lot of other unproven names so far.
But he's hit and miss in the pass game.
But that's not an excuse. They're all professional athletes for a reason. So,
sure.
But yeah. But speaking of athletes, we're gonna move high caliber athletes. We're gonna move on to the next person that could be up for MVP race. It pains me to say this because he's an Eagle, but I got to give him respect. Saquon. I think Saquon should be in the race for MVP. A lot of the times it's a quarterback's award to win, but Saquon is doing Saquon things, and I think he should be in the running just specifically because he reverse hurdled over a man during a game.
Yeah. I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan. Even when he was at Penn State, a.k.a. the Cowboys at the NCAA. But I've always been a big Barkley fan. My son has a jersey of his, and he absolutely loves it. So, hey, Barkley's a good guy, it seems like, and a heck of an athlete for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's carried the ball 197 yards or 197 times so far this year. That's first in the NFL. So he's definitely getting the action. He's second in yards, over 1,100. And he's got eight touchdowns. So, I mean, the man's doing it. And, Philly's on top. They're on top of the NFC East. It was clear to see, the other night when they played the Commanders last Thursday. The Commanders' defense has improved, and the Commanders have always had a decent run defense. But he carved them up. And, once they broke down, he saw the kill, he moved in, and he didn't let up. And that's the kind of intensity people look for when they're trying to get. I think
their offensive line is really good too for the Eagles, even with
without Jason Kelce.
Kelce, without him being in at center,
Yeah, they have a lot of talent. They were really deep with Jason Kelce on the team, and now they're still doing really well. We mentioned the Commanders a little bit. Kind of a surprise entrant into this MVP race that a lot of people have been talking about. Jaden Daniels. I wouldn't have thought MVP when I think Jaden Daniels, more so Rookie of the Year, which we'll touch on later. But when you kind of look at his numbers, he's got a 67 overall quarterback rating. He's only got 10 he's only got 10 touchdowns on the year, which is 22nd in the league, but he's only thrown 3 interceptions. And he's over 2,300 yards passing. Not any numbers like Lamar, who, what do we say? He's at almost 3,000. So, but he's doing what a leader does. He's leading the team, and at a young age, a rookie to be exact. The last time I remember seeing a rookie lead like that was Lamar. So who knows what could happen?
Hey, he's got the resume for it for sure, and what he's doing on that offense.
Yeah.
So he's got everybody, believing that they can go far into the playoffs, and I think the coach also has an amazing. He's done an amazing job for the Commanders as well. Coach of the year right there. Put my bid in.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's doing an excellent job over in Washington. So this next one's kind of a controversial choice. When I mentioned it to you before we got on here today, you kind of looked at me like I had 7 heads. Kyler Murray. Now, Kyler Murray he's not playing horribly, but I feel like he's playing really good on an average team. The Cardinals have really turned it around. They're 6-4. If you remember when they started the season, they were kind of the team everybody laughed at. They've been playing really well lately, and that's kind of what an MVP does, is they lead their team. They turn their team around when they're down. He's got decent numbers. He's over only 2,058 yards passing, which is 20th in the NFL, but he's only thrown 3 picks as well to 12 touchdowns. So he's got a 75 quarterback rating, which is right up there with Lamar.
Right.
So, I mean, you got to do you have to put him in the MVP race? Probably not. But does he deserve it? Maybe.
No.
But there's a lot of season left. If he keeps playing at the rate, if he keeps playing the way he's playing and keeping the Cardinals, in contention, and they keep doing well, I think you can make more of a case for it then. But I think this is a little bit early to be considering him as a possible MVP winner.
I just my experience with just watching the NFL, like when you think MVP, you think Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, you think Josh Allen, you think those 3. Like, I don't even know who else would be legit top 3 contenders every single year for the MVP race.
Just on namesake alone, right? Is what you mean?
Yeah, I think on namesake. I think on statistics.
Well, yeah.
I think on what they do for their team. If they're off the field, I think the Chiefs still do win. They're not as flashy, but I still think they win. If Lamar's off the field, just take us out of the playoffs. Like Ravens are cooked. Yeah. And if Josh Allen's not on the field, I don't even remember if Josh Allen's ever not been on the field.
Does he have a backup? I don't think he ever.
Right. Like, who is their backup? Like,
I remember at one point it used to be Case Keenum, but that was years ago. So I don't know.
Mitch Trubisky was their backup at one point, but even still, like, I don't see Josh Allen ever stepping off the field. I think Josh Allen could go out there, have a finger sideways on his throwing hand, and that man will still go out there and search for contact on a 5-yard run.
Yep, I agree. Yep.
That's what I think about as an MVP.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, he's not having the MVP season like he has been the past couple years. Do you think he should be in the talk for the MVP currently, right now, as it stands? Or do you think he's kind of fallen out of that?
I don't know. His stats are probably down a little bit more. I think he's thrown a couple more interceptions than he normally does. But I think like his leadership on that team and how he leads that offense speaks for itself.
I'm not a Chiefs fan by any means, but I am a Patrick Mahomes fan. He's always. I've never seen him in a negative light. He's always got something positive to say. You never see the man upset. If it's upset, it's because of something he did.
Yeah,
himself.
Or his family. His family seems to be in the negative spotlight enough. Between his wife and his brother and now his dad. It's just like, good Lord.
Well, which says something about Patrick Mahomes. He knows how to distance himself from the things that aren't going to benefit him at the moment, even if it is family.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you kind of got to keep him in the talks as well, especially since, you know, if we're going off career and current season, as you know, one of the best to do it. Do you throw Jared Goff in that conversation at all this year for MVP? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I would. I mean, the guy's, granted, he had 5 interceptions in one game. That kind of threw me off. Somebody said he literally threw away the MVP with that game. 5 interceptions and a lost MVP. But I think, again, what he's doing for that team and what he's done last year, and he's doing things even better this year.
Yeah. And
the Lions and Dan Campbell are just tearing everybody apart. 52-6 last night, or 52-7, or 17, or whatever that game was.
But it's the Jags.
Still, you said it earlier. They're all professional athletes. Like, you shouldn't get your rear end handed to you and be trash like that.
True.
It's not college football.
I feel it's not Penn State.
Yeah, it's not Penn State. Yeah.
I feel like this comes to another case of the team. Like, could the Lions win without Jared Goff at quarterback? Absolutely, I think so. They have so many other pieces that are really, really, really good. The running game's really good. Their receiving core is, one of the top in the league. Their defense is still a top defense, running and passing. Even though they don't have Aiden Hutchinson, they're still at the top. I think even without Jared Goff, it kind of reminds me of like the Trent Dilfer situation with Baltimore. Dilfer was there. He got the job done. Yeah. He did what he needed to do.
He played his role.
The defense obviously won that championship. I don't think that's going to be the case for the Lions. While their defense is really good, their defense and offense are both really good. And they know how to win when it matters too. So even though they had that tough game against Minnesota, they still came out on top. They still won. So I think you put Goff in the conversation. I wouldn't put him as high up as Lamar, Allen, even Saquon. Those would probably be my top 3 for the MVP race at the moment.
He's definitely over Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler's at the bottom. Sorry, Kyler Murray, but I know we share the same last name, but we're not related, so I can't.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, so we'll take a little break, and then when we come back, we'll talk about the Rookie of the Year. Jaden Daniels should be in that conversation, too. We'll talk a little bit about all the other candidates, too, once we come back on the Coach's Corner.
If you'd like to be featured on the Coach's Corner with Andy, email coach at 921thegoat.com.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Let's get a good break now.
Shador finding Travis Hunter, and he strikes the Heisman pros.
Live from the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles.
Good! Spencer!